Let's get to
All
yapping.
right.
Let's
Let's
see
get to
it.
yapping. Yes. Yapping. Crazy yap. So we're going to start it off with this article that I found from Polygon. GameStop buying eBay would be horrendous for Pokemon card collectors, retro game enthusiasts. Reports suggest GameStop may attempt to acquire eBay this month, and there's no reality where that ends well. Reports have emerged that GameStop is considering an acquisition of eBay. Fans of everything from Pokemon trading card game to retro gaming should hope this deal does not happen, as it could have a disastrous impact. The Wall Street Journal reported on May 1st that GameStop has quietly been buying eBay shares and is currently preparing an offer to acquire the publicly traded company. We don't know the potential acquisition price, but eBay's market...
Are we talking about the people that give you $2.50 for Xbox? That's who's buying eBay? Is that what we're talking about?
They must be buying it for $3.
Yeah, I was like, I swore they were. Yeah,
That's
where
crazy.
they were
I
broke.
swear
I
they were
don't
broke
think-
as well.
Do they have the money to buy eBay? Is eBay somehow
Man.
broker than GameStop?
I don't know. After the crypto
Dang,
blow up,
eBay must be down.
they might just have it.
Yeah,
They
either
might just
eBay's
have
down
that. Yeah,
bad
they
or
will.
GameStop been finessing us all. It's probably both.
Probably is, but I ain't gonna lie.
But eBay's market value is currently around $46 billion. This acquisition would be a big swing for GameStop, which has comparatively smaller market value of $12 billion. Well, there goes your answer. That said, this action would
I'm
align
surprised
with
it's not
another
that.
Wall Street Journal report from earlier this year about GameStop CEO Ryan Cohen's plan to make a massive deal to drive GameStop's market value above $100 billion and earn a $35 billion payday. So I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know why he think he can buy something his own company isn't like worth. Do we think that eBay's doing
I
that
feel like
bad
this
as a
is-
platform?
No, I think this man is I don't know. I think these people are bugging, quite frankly. GameStop is
Copium.
there have been some drugs that have been passed around somewhere and they got into this man's system and now he thinks he can buy eBay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
He moving like that
I'm just
video.
wondering, like, what's the move? I guess the game plan would be they buy eBay, then turn GameStop into a consumer-to-consumer game trading service. I don't know, but that's the only theory I could come up with.
But it's like,
But I
So
don't even think
GameStop
people
wants to buy eBay.
yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
As if,
maybe
like,
they
that's
turn it
the thing that
into-
sells
like,
the
you know
most
how
on eBay or
Amazon has
something.
some,
Right.
but they may have some of those shops now. Like Amazon did something where, and even like Fashion Nova in certain states where you can actually go, or I think Google did too. So there's a Google shop or there's a store in your state or city. So maybe that's their plan. They're going to have an eBay store. So things that you're bidding and trying to sell that are in your area, maybe you could just go walk in there and get it instead of waiting on it to ship. And if that's not what they're doing, they should hire me for marketing.
I'm no financial analyst, but buying a company for $46 billion when your company's only $12 billion and then trying to open physical locations sounds a little crazy.
Yeah.
Especially when eBay
Especially
already
because
operates
they wild.
just fine without it. Like,
I mean,
operate,
I
like
think it's
yeah,
eBay's been
because,
ridiculous.
operating
like,
I
forever.
don't know that's like investors
Right.
and investors and silent investors and scammers.
I don't know.
I
I'm
call
like they're
certain
already
investors-
actively
not a real
closing
life
stores.
scammer, but
I just
Yeah,
feel
didn't
like
eBay try to have? I swear there used to be an eBay store for like half a second, and
I
then it got
thought
like
there
shut.
was an
It's
eBay
shut
store,
down.
too.
GameStop is actively closing.
GameStop,
This
that's like
just doesn't
5
make
in the whole
sense.
state.
GameStop ain't even
GameStop isn't a
GameStop no more.
trusted brand
GameStop is
anymore.
Funko Stop.
It really is. It's
That's
just
true.
like
That's
a bunch of collectibles.
Really, the last time I went to GameStop was for Funko. And I don't know. It's not a trusted brand either.
Oh,
like if
oh,
you're-
I
if
got
the
this
whole
shirt at
reason you're
GameStop.
doing this is to try to become a
I
trusted
did get
that's
this
all.
shirt at
then, like,
GameStop.
Yeah.
Okay.
I-
See,
Okay.
see,
Yeah,
I,
so
I
they
think
got
I
I
feel
will
something
tell
like
you, it was, but it was
That's why
on
they
clearance.
feeling
It was on
themselves.
clearance.
and
Yeah, I
thinking
think
they
that
can buy
goes
eBay.
was on
to the
clearance,
whole
though.
They bought
thing
one
that
shirt.
GameStop doesn't really sell games no more. Like, how you buy a shirt
And
at
it
a
was on
GameStop?
clearance. It was like 50%
They're a
off.
knickknack shop now.
Hey,
They
man.
sell knickknacks.
Yeah, they're a
Yeah.
knick-knack patty
Which
black
is
stop.
why they want to acquire
getting
eBay,
too
so it could just be a
slanderous.
knickknack shop.
Y'all are getting too slanderous.
Hey, yo,
Hey,
not
we're here
getting
for the
out of
slander.
this.
We
GameStop
love
need
the
to wrap it
slander.
up. I've said this for years. GameStop needs to call it quits. It's a wrap. Let it
And
go,
have
y'all.
Yeah.
a big old store closing sale so that we could take advantage of it.
And give us all our money back,
Yeah.
man. I need my money too.
Because whatever happened to those rewards?
I get my money
You
back.
ain't getting your money, bro.
Mhm.
If I could put
I was
my
promised
hand on your
two things
shoulder
on
like
this-
this, I tell you, you ain't getting your money back.
Bro, there's two promises in my life. One of them was 40 acres and a mule, and the other one was getting money from GameStop. Neither of them happening. So where is it? Where is it, GameStop?
I can't help you with
Some
either of
island
those. I'm
somewhere.
sorry.
They had to keep your money so they could buy eBay.
Yeah.
We got some
It's
comments in the
Yes.
chat I just wanted to share out. The eBay store never sold anything publicly. They would sell things for you like a pawn shop. At least the one on 112th in Washington did that.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't even
So
know
like,
they had
from
stores.
that
this
might be
was
the
an eBay
move.
store.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I
I
mean,
remembered
that's
it for like
interesting.
3 seconds. There was an eBay store, but maybe
Huh.
that's the GameStop move. Instead of being an actual game store, they just turned into a game pawn shop. But I also feel like we have enough of those. Like a lot of like mom and pop little places, self-owned,
See?
do that kind of thing. So, and I'd rather.
Yeah,
go to-
But I feel like that's the end game though. Hey, what's good, fam? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat.
Ozzy,
Yo,
man.
Ozzy, man.
What's good, Ozzy, man?
But
Yeah,
yeah,
what's up, Carpool
like,
Tunnel? No one said what's up to Carpool Tunnel. What's up with that? What's
Oh,
up,
what's
man?
well,
good,
you just
Carpool?
did.
I'm glad to
Okay,
see you
Yeah,
in
we
the
just
chat.
started. We
Yeah,
just
thank
started
you,
reading
man.
his.
leading the charge.
Yeah, like
Gotta
T
read the
T read his
chat.
message. They even say like
Yeah,
come on now. That's crazy.
Man, what's up, Carpool Tonal? Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for joining, bro. But yeah,
Regular old yap session.
it's just not a good idea. If GameStop, if you want to listen to PNP, if you want to listen to our marketing, don't do that. Bad. Shame on you. But we'll go ahead and move into this next article that I got for y'all. Apparently Xbox is making a little bit of a comeback. Asha Sharma seems willing to change everything
Allegedly.
about Microsoft Gaming, even the name. How far will she go? So for those of you who
She
don't
spilled
know,
a bunch
Asha
of
Sharma
articles of
is the
stolen
new
products, huh?
CEO. No, well, hey, they're making some changes. Let's get into it. Let's get into this. Asha Sharma
Okay,
is
all
flipping the
right.
script this week. The new and former CEO of Microsoft Gaming, I'll explain that in a second, made it clear that there was no decision taken under the previous management that she wouldn't consider reversing. The big one was slashing the price of Game Pass after an unpopular and it would appear unsuccessful 50% price hike last year. I got an email about this. I was very happy about it. This goodwill generating move went hand in hand with something a little more hard-headed for the business crowd. Call of Duty games will no longer see day one launches on Game Pass. So they can actually, make money. The latter decision seems like such simple good sense. It's easy to gloss over what a colossal strategic U-turn it is, arguably flying in the face of the entire reason Microsoft spent $69.7 billion on acquiring Activision Blizzard in the first place. On a roll, Sharma then decided to rename her department, Microsoft Gaming, so named because it included but was not limited to the Xbox business, is no more. It's just called Xbox. She is the CEO of it. We are Xbox in the letter to staff. So co-signed by studios boss Matt Booty. This
I beg
reads
your pardon?
as
Not
either
the
uplifting
booty.
and committing spirited or sinisterly Borg-like, but the note itself seems clear-headed about the challenges ahead
But the
for
note
Microsoft's
itself?
huge and wobbly games division. And the branding change makes sense both as a symbolic unifier for the department and because Microsoft Gaming sounds so desperately uncool. What do you guys think of these changes? I'm gonna keep
Aw, poor
reading to see
Microsoft
what else
Gaming.
is going on.
I mean,
I
I will
want-
say, for what it's worth, I think
So-
the discount on Game Pass might actually get me to resubscribe to it, because there was a point where I was just paying for it and I was like, I don't play this enough. First of all, I sold my Xbox to a friend. You know who you are. So that's gone. So the only reason I had it was for my PC. And I was like, I play most of my games on Steam anyway. I don't really, it wasn't worth it. But for 50% less, I might reevaluate.
So here's my thing. I'm not an Xbox person, but I want to see Xbox, make a comeback, because if they don't, Sony gonna get out of hand. Because I feel like Nintendo already has their own bubble, and Steam has their own bubble, but Sony and Microsoft gonna be competing in the console market, right? And if Xbox is gone, Sony gonna be tweaking. We gonna have nobody to escape to if Sony start tweaking. So Xbox, do something, man. I mean, it feel like choosing lesser of two evils, but at the same time, it's like, do something. Step
Yeah,
your
it
game
sounds
up.
like-
So hopefully
Sound
this
like-
works out for y'all.
Yeah.
Sounds like they're trying.
I
Also,
saw Leg
real
out
quick,
Yeah.
said they're a big Xbox person, which I I get it. I do think there was a point where like there was real value in being like, oh, not value, but you know, it was like fun to be like, oh yeah, I'm Team Sony, I'm Team Xbox.
Yeah.
But now because Xbox has ported all of their stuff over to Sony and I'm sure this article will probably get to it because I think they're reevaluating like their stance on exclusions and stuff or exclusionary content and stuff like that. If they get back to that, then I can see it being more viable because right now I'm just like, why would I get an Xbox when I can get everything on my PS5 or my PC? Versus if there was stuff where it was like, oh, okay, wait, Fable's only gonna be on the Xbox or PC. Okay, now it makes it more worth it. Because that was the whole reason I got an Xbox in the first place. Fable, and at the time, Tales of Vesperia was only on Xbox 360. So I was like, all right, there's a reason for me to have this console because I'm getting stuff I'm not getting anywhere else. That's why most people have Nintendo right now. You don't just, they have a hold on their IP.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's true.
You say that because recently,
Hey, Carpool's team
did say a few days ago that she's actually open to rethinking their ideas on exclusivity as well. Which I mean, that I think not being able to be like, oh, these are the games that represent me as an Xbox player. Like after that kind of went out the window, it really like damaged the image because it was like, what games do you have? All the games that were exclusive are now playable on PlayStation. As a matter of fact, Starfield released on PlayStation and it became one of PlayStation's most played games. Like, isn't that like backwards? Like that's kind of crazy if you think about it.
Right.
But I also agree with T. Xbox needs to step it up again and become like that second head, that third head, because PlayStation be out here tripping. Some of us were able to see just a good example of that, how they rolled out a new update that really wasn't that big after we like got more information. But the fact that they could roll that out and not talk about it and not have anything to say, like that's one example. And then the second example is them talking about taking their games off of PC. Like that doesn't even make any sense. They made more money with their games on PC, but they just want to force sales of the console. And I just don't see how it makes any sense to do that. But I guess it does when one of your biggest competitors throughout like the years is now starting to fall off. So hopefully this actually does lead to some gains in the gaming space with Xbox.
Yeah,
Man, I got off the PlayStation train after mine. Well, I was just gonna bring up how the PS4 had just decided that it was done on me. I was a diehard PS4 person. I was like, yeah, let's buy a second PS4 so we could both play PS4 games at the same time. Who needs another PS5? And then all of a sudden ours was just like, can't connect to the internet. You're done.
Dang.
Yeah, that was
That's
first of all, that was
tragic.
after
That's
like
tragic.
30 years.
Me.
That
You
was like
lost me.
y'all. That was like 3 months ago. It wasn't even that long ago. They had that PS4 for
Okay.
8,010
I ain't
years.
gonna hold you.
Stop the
I
cap.
ain't gonna hold you, gang. I ain't gonna hold you, gang. I got a Sega Saturn in my room that still work. I ain't gonna hold you, gang.
I hate
That
it here.
that part. Talk about
No,
it.
you're right. My PS2 does still work. You're right. I will say
You
the only
better,
other thing with
Sony.
Xbox, and then
It's
I'll let it go, is they need to step up how quickly they release games. I'm not saying, put people on the grind or anything, or just change the way that they announce games before they're really ready to get out. Because there was no reason that Fable was announced like 3 years ago. That game was not at all ready. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, you're going to release something. Don't let us know until it's close to releasing, because then it just makes it look like y'all take forever to make games. Have some stuff in your pocket before you start talking about it. That's all.
I was looking at the chat though, and I see how
Rockstar-
Lag was talking about, they was team
Rockstar is
Xbox
the-
because they was playing Halo growing up. And it's funny because I think I'm team PlayStation because I was playing Ratchet and Clank growing up. And it's hilarious because at some point, I don't think Halo was trying to compete with Ratchet and Clank, but Ratchet and Clank was definitely trying to compete with Halo. You know what I'm saying? And then Carpool's talking about, Team Nintendo because of Pokemon. So I think it's important for these companies to really be
That's
investing in
valid.
their IPs and make sure that the IPs exist, because that's consumer retention. Because I'm waiting for that next Ratchet and Clank, and y'all got me bent. Not dropping another one, Sony. Drop another Ratchet and Clank and make it a lone game too.
I will say it's while we're talking about Xbox and Sony and like whose team what, I always thought it was interesting. I always grew up on Sony, PS3 and PS4, or well, PS2 and PS3, I should say. But when the Xbox One and
Shout out Lil
PS4
Big
came
Planet.
out, I got an Xbox One for my birthday. And that was literally the only reason why I switched. Like, it wasn't as if some game that was exclusive on the Xbox got to me first or anything like that. It was literally GTA
Yeah.
5 refused
This is the system
crossplay,
I have.
and so I transferred it all my data to the Xbox One, and so I was locked to the Xbox One all because of GTA. But
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
I think
I ain't
these
gonna hold you. That's
companies-
hilarious.
I think these
Yeah.
companies think that they don't like. I think Xbox, Microsoft in general, is besides themselves because they think that if you really mess with Microsoft, you're a fan of Microsoft. You're not gonna switch. I don't know what it is. I mean, I have all the systems. I have every single one of them, and I haven't played that Xbox in so long. I used to think their graphics were better. I used to think their graphics were better, but I just think that they don't have to try. They feel like they don't have to try hard. They feel like if you mess with me, you mess with me, and if you don't,
Hey,
you
yo,
don't.
thanks for the cheer.
I think that was
We
the
don't
old,
have
that was the
the
old crew. I think
alert set up,
now
but thank you.
with the new folks coming in, or even when I forgot her name, but homegirl who
Yeah,
took over
Aussie Man
a
with-
couple of years ago. I think she was trying to change that, but I do think there was definitely a point where it was like, nah, you just ride for Xbox. What do you mean? But again, there was more like, why is Forza's coming out on the PS5? Like again, there's nothing about Xbox that makes me ride for them because there's no reason for me to have that system. That's all. I'm gonna let it go. Xbox.
That's because
So
you're
y'all
not
saying
a loyal
y'all saying Microsoft y'all
Xbox.
saying Microsoft was a little
Hey yo,
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Exactly.
that's exactly what it was.
and they're
Yeah,
gonna,
huge
and if they
shout
don't
out,
appreciate
huge shout out
their
to Ozzy
consumer
with the
base,
20, with the 20.
yeah, huge shout out
if they
to-
don't stop
to Ozzy
taking
with
us
the
for
20.
granted and appreciate their consumer base, they're gonna become a AOL for real. Well, maybe not
Not a AOL.
because they still have other things, but Xbox is gonna like. I mean, what else can they do? They don't even
Yeah,
like
look,
you said. They
I
don't
still
release
stand
games
on
that, like, are
Xbox
asking
needs
you.
to just continue. Nah, they need to continue their partnership with Asus and go into the handheld console market, and then they can compete with the Steam Deck and leave the rest of us alone. But we'll see. Maybe they'll make a
I
comeback.
feel
I
like
don't
they
know.
tried that
Xbox-
though. Didn't they try
Xbox
that?
got the drop on the they got the drop on the new Ryu Gotaku game, but something in heaven.
They not
didn't
Strangers
have
in
Okay,
Heaven,
just
but
the trailer.
No,
No,
they're just
they don't
presenting
really
it.
have the
They were
drop,
just
though.
presenting it.
They just
It's
present-
not
yeah.
exclusive.
yeah, it's releasing for everything.
Didn't they try a handheld?
It's not like they
Their
have. It's not like it's just.
handheld
They tried.
They
They
don't.
tried a
They,
handheld.
no,
and
Xbox.
it-
Well,
and
their
they couldn't
their
compete, like,
handheld
with the
is a
Switch.
partnership with. I don't remember that one. Now Sony did. Sony had the
Exactly.
PSP
No
and
one
the PS Vita.
remembers. No one remembers. I do feel
Hey,
like
yo.
I don't
they
think
did try
Xbox had a
handheld, but it
handheld
just
up
couldn't
until
compete.
they
Everybody
had
ain't
An
have
IQ too high.
Nah,
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
What
Time
did
to
she
Google.
see?
Nope.
yeah, nah. They
Shout
didn't-
out. Shout
yeah,
out.
Google it because
shout out
nah.
search
The only
engines.
handheld they have is the recent one because they did their partnership with Asus,
Right.
the Ally. That's the only one they have. But if you find
I'm
something,
just really
let me
hoping
know.
that this new lady working with Xbox, what's her name?
Asha
Somebody
Sharma.
said her last name.
Oh, Cortana.
Yeah,
Like I'm saying.
I'm gonna Cortana.
I'll take it out.
I'm just hoping that she makes positive change. I think it's always dope to see women of color in like CEO or high positions in tech. So don't let us down. We're counting on you.
Look, yeah, you were right. They just decided to jump in a handheld game in 2025.
Yeah, with
So
the
late.
ally.
Yeah, I told you that.
So it better be good. It better
Yeah.
be good. Because
I like it. I have an Ally.
you had a
It's-
chance to
it's
sit
good.
back and
I mean, it's
study
comparable
every
to
every other company's handheld. Still
Said what
some
y'all
of their
think of
tactics
Backbone.
and come out with your own. So it better be good.
Oh, the backbone is sick. The backbone is sick. I've seen a lot
What's
of people
Backbone?
talk about
I ain't
how.
never heard of it.
Oh, the
You need to get a
backbone is
backbone,
actually. Hey yo.
Huh?
But the backbone is
Microsoft finally
actually.
got a backbone.
It's a grip. It's a grip that you can put on your phone.
Oh, you mean the
and it gives
attachment?
It, like controller.
Yeah.
Yeah. But people use
Oh, that's
that
cool.
a lot to like
Really?
play games straight up from Steam. I know that the Black Hokage talks about that a lot as well. Like he puts it on, and I saw a lot of people from his chat talk about that they got one. But I don't know. I was thinking about getting one. It's only like $60, and you can, just play the games you want from your phone instead of getting a Steam Deck. I think maybe I would want a bigger phone, but who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
But I think
looking at
I
what
think
I'm
it's really
playing,
Compatible
cool.
with, like,
I'd
tablets.
be, yeah. I'd be
Because the
curious
Earth,
to
like,
see.
South
I feel like
of
the tablets
Midnight,
do
that
good,
game
just seem to
is-
like this stuff.
But you can see more. So it's not as big as a TV, not as big as a laptop. But there are like South of Midnight is an Xbox exclusive game on Steam, and I assume
it just
Xbox,
dropped
'cause I've
on.
never played
It
on
just
Xbox.
dropped on PS5 and Nintendo Switch.
Oh,
Oh,
Hey, yo,
well
you have to get a
then-
membership to play
Yeah.
play with the Backbone Xbox.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They had
Wait,
timed
you gotta get a
exclusivity though.
membership?
Yeah, they had
Come
it for
on,
like
Sharma. Come
Wait.
on.
No, hold on.
Is it
hold
any
on.
different
That's
from any
before-
of
that's
the
before
other
she got- that's before
memberships?
she
Like,
came in.
is it any different from
Yeah.
any of the other subscriptions?
yeah, you got it.
Yeah,
Like,
the
is
Game
it a
Pass isn't
subscription
the Game
and a
Pass isn't like an
membership?
online. Well, I'm guessing it's for
I think I
Game
can
Pass.
play my Game Pass on my phone.
But if you
Again,
got Game
Xbox
Pass,
They have an app.
doesn't
I don't know if you
I
can
don't
actually.
know if that's-
Yeah.
yeah, he's saying he had to get both.
No.
He had to get both. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's absolutely
that's
out of
devious.
pocket.
Yo.
That's actually devious work.
Yeah.
At
Out of
least
line.
Sony
Man.
overcharged
I'm
you
Xbox
with
gotta
bundles
respect
their
it.
Stuff together.
Right.
I
I
feel for you,
mean,
Ozzy, man.
come